Hello, YouTube. Um, I'm just sitting here bored and looking at stuff on Instagram. Well, actually multitasking, talking to friends on Tango, looking at stuff on Instagram, a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world. They talk about all this politics shit, how they trying to take away um Medicaid. Then you got Philadelphia snapping because I guess the trash truck drivers ain't getting paid fair. So a lot of different areas in Philadelphia is trashy because they leaving trash, and a lot of people on TikTok and other social media platforms threatening to leave the trash in front of the mayor's house. So that's another situation. It's just a whole bunch of shit, bunch of racism, ignorance, um, I guess you could say dictatorship, a whole bunch of crazy shit going on in America. And I'm just looking and looking and looking and reading, doing research and reading and looking. Because I haven't found anything better yet to do on a Sunday. So I'm just looking and doing research. And it says, and I'm on Instagram right now. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Jay Fines, also known as Jay Alphonse Nicholson, from the TV show P Valley. He's in a lot of movies. He's doing plays. Big happy birthday shout out to him. Big happy birthday shout out to Tia and Tamara Mari. Big happy birthday shout out to 50 Cent. Big happy birthday shout out to Kevin Hart, and it's a few other people birthdays. It says remembering Phyllis Hyman on what would have been her 76th birthday. So happily, heavenly birthday shout out to my Philadelphia sister, Phyllis Hyman. She would have been 76 years old. 50 Cent would have been 50. Big rest in peace. And happy heavenly birthday shout out to Della Reese as well. She would have been 94 years old. Philly Spot News is saying 76. Sorry, not 76. 36-year-old worker, AFSCME 33, whatever that is, worker Tyree Ford remains in critical condition after hit by a Chevy Tahoe uh, on a picket line on the sidewalk of Delaware Avenue at trash drop-off site. Tyree's pregnant fiance, also a DC 33 striking worker, also hit, was released from hospital. Tahoe driver arrested. Oh wow, there's always something going on in Philadelphia. So J. Alphonse Nicholson actually would have been 40. So yes, big happy birthday shout out to him. He is from North Carolina. He was in They Killed Tyrone, P Valley, Clip, Self Made, Just Mercy. He is a cancer. Y'all can follow him on Instagram, J underscore Fines. and that is FONZ. Um, Laughing while black. Ain't this about a bitch? Kansas City man arrested at comedy show after white woman complains he laughed too loud. Now he is suing. A black man, Steve Young, is suing Kansas City police after being arrested for laughing too loudly at a comedy show, which he claims was racial profiling. Young, a police accountability activist, and his girlfriend, Winifred Jameson, were arrested in March 2022 during the Hassan Minhaj show after a white woman complained about his laughter. The couple says the woman harassed them, but officers arrested them without interviewing witnesses. The charges were dismissed in 2024 after a 2-year legal fight. Their lawsuit accuses the officers of violating their constitutional rights and racial discrimination under federal law, arguing their arrest denied them the right to enjoy the show they paid for. Young also claims the officer involved has a history of targeting black people. Wow. So yeah, 50 Cent actually would have been. I mean, actually is currently 50 years old. So yes, happy birthday to him. It's a South Jamaican, New York born rapper, songwriter, actor, producer, entrepreneur, and last but not least, professional internet. Ooh, y'all petty. Baltimore police officer charged with raping a 16-year-old girl. The officer, 34, has been charged with first and second degree rape, assault, reckless endangerment, and false imprisonment. He is being held without bail. The victim told police that she'd been dating the officer, Caroline Edwards, since March, and that on Monday he accused her of infidelity, leading to a confrontation, according to charging documents. The victim said they had sex at his apartment in downtown Baltimore, and that he took her phone looking for evidence that she was cheating on him. Police wrote in charging documents when he wouldn't give the phone back, she slapped him, and he put her in the chokehold. She said Edwards then strangled her until she briefly lost consciousness. She said, then chased her around the apartment and would not allow her to leave. Oh my God. I actually want to try that Sir Davis whiskey by Beyonce. Black millionaires on Instagram is saying that Philly residents are voicing their frustration with Mayor Sherelle Parker. Over only offering 3% annual raise for over 4 years. Nearly 10,000 Philadelphia city workers walked off the job Tuesday, demanding higher wages and better benefits. Members of District Council 33, which includes sanitation workers, 911 dispatchers, library staff, and more, formed picket lines across the city, including outside City Hall and libraries. Trash collection was suspended, some pools were closed, and the recreation center hours were cut. The strike comes as workers push their raises and reflect rising living costs. Many say that they feel undervalued despite being essential to keeping the city running. We are the backbone of the city, said Dafair Gerald, library security guard. Mayor Sherelle Parker said the city had offered a 13% raise over 4 years and is open to more talks. She urged residents to keep their holiday plans, promising July 4th events will continue as scheduled. The union asked for an 8% annual raise over 4 years. Child, I've been seeing it all over TikTok. They are snapping. I've been seeing that for a while. A 17-year-old boy is shot dead in the Bronx Park after he asked someone to stop shooting him with a water gun. Then he took a real bullet. What the fuck? Jarrell Harris, 17, was shot in the head and arm around 8:15 p.m. Tuesday near Sheridan Boulevard in East 173rd Street. He was rushed to a nearby Jacoby Hospital in critical condition and later died of his injuries. He told me he was going to the park because his friends were having a water gun fight. Kelly Lewis, Harris's mother, told ABC7. Sources told ABC7 and News 10 that the group of teens had gathered in Starlight Park to cool off during the heat wave, firing water guns at each other until a much deadlier fight broke out. Witnesses say Darrell asked someone to stop repeatedly shooting him in the head with water. The shooter, whom police did not name, pulled out a real gun and opened fire before fleeing the scene. No arrests have been made, and the investigation is still going. Darrell, who was about to enter his senior year at Bronx Leadership Academy, was a quiet child who didn't really go outside, his mother told ABC7. The gunman, who was possibly wearing a ski mask, fled along with his war gun with a friend. Investigators found a knife, four shell casings, and multiple water guns at the blood-soaked scene. My condolences deeply goes out. And I'm just reading this. Um, Someone said Donald Trump couldn't be bothered to go to the funerals of two Democratic lawmakers who were murdered. He couldn't be bothered to attend a dignified transfer of four soldiers. He couldn't be bothered to stick around at a G7 summit. He couldn't be bothered to visit the states ravaged by floods and tornadoes, but you better believe he was there for a tour of Alcatraz, an immigrant concentration camp. Seems like his priorities are in check. Please excuse me if I read that wrong. Kevin Hart actually would have been 46 years old. This is horrifying. 120, 215 bodies were found in unmarked graves behind a jail in Mississippi. Oh, wow. Outkast rapper Big Boy speaks out after his uncle was shot and killed in road rage incident. Pierced the heart of my family forever. My condolences goes out. And this is from Hollywood. Outkast legend Big Boy is mourning the devastating loss. His beloved uncle Ramon Thomas Patton Sr. was fatally shot in a tragic road rage incident in Southwest Atlanta. According to the Atlanta Police Department, the shooting took place on June 16th at Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard, NW. During a heated argument with another driver, Patton, known to family as Uncle Mooney, was shot in the back. His vehicle then crashed into an occupied house. By the time authorities arrived, Patton has already passed away. He was just 62 years old. This is crazy. There's always something happening in the world. My condolences definitely goes out to Big Boy and his family. I love Outkast, one of my favorite rap groups. Um, Tia and Tamara, Tia and Tamara Mowry would have been. Well, they actually are 40. So I keep saying would, but I'm sorry. They are currently 47 years old. Happy birthday to them. I love Sister Sister, and I did like the other show they had. Yes, big happy birthday shout out to them. 3 weeks ago, Martin Luther King III leads not no Kings protest in Philly, carrying forward a legacy of justice and action. I wish I was out there. I would have loved like that would have been a moment. I really do wish I was out there to see him. Essence of black culture. Now this is just different stuff I'm reading on Instagram, y'all. Whoever come across this live stream. 6 inmates in Polk County, Georgia, had their sentences reduced by about 25% and were given a pizza party after saving a correctional officer who collapsed from heat exhaustion instead of trying to escape. Inconclusive mysteries, or I'm sorry, I read it wrong. Inconclusive mysteries. On September 26th, that's my mom, my aunt Trina, and my cousin Denise's birthday. But on September 26, 2016, 21-year-old Keisha Jacobs disappeared after visiting a friend's home near Chimborazo Park in Richmond, Virginia. She texted her mother, Tony Jacobs, that she had arrived safely and would see her the next day. That was the last communication Tony received from her daughter. When Keisha failed to return home, her mother reported her missing, initiating an investigation that would span years. On July 2024, a significant development occurred when Otis Tucker, a person of interest in Keisha's case, confessed to being with her at the time of her death and admitted to disposing of her body. Tucker already served a life sentence for an unrelated murder in Florida, providing this information during an interview facilitated by his father and Richmond investigators. Despite his confessions, Tucker did not admit to killing Keisha, and due to an agreement made during the interview, he would not face additional charges related to her death. Tony Jacobs had been unwavering in her quest for answers transforming her greed to advocacy. She established a Cachet Jacobs Foundation and organizes an annual Missing Persons Day event in Richmond to support other families facing similar tragedy. Despite the confession, Cachet's remains have not been found, leaving her family without the closure they desperately seek. The lingering question remains: how does the young woman vanish? And even with the confession, her final resting place remains unknown. What more is needed to bring Cachet Jacobs home? It says Cosmo's killer insulted his memory by publicly wearing his merch to celebrate Independence Day. 6 of Jesus. I'll be back, y'all. Hold on. I'll be back.